Welcome all to my Power BI's Sherlock Holmes series where we will learn how to spot trends and detect outliers in Power BI. So there are many fantastic things which I'm going to share, but before that let me talk about the data. It's a 5,000 rows of data with sales from 2018 till 2020. You have three types of customer categories: silver, gold and platinum. You can see the business segment, the category, the list price for the product, how much quantity has been ordered, the gross sales, and finally the discount.
Simply watching the video won't help. Practice well. So take the initiative. Get access to all my YouTube practice files from the description given below.
Now, when you come across a new data set, you wish to know where do I need to look into as an investigator. You want to find the trend, you want to catch hold of the anomalies and outliers. So watch my screen as I choose the slicer of the year 2018 or 19 or 20. I can quickly make out which month, which days have had experienced the maximum sales. So if you were to do this on your Power BI, how would you do it? Have a slicer with the year created. Next, sign into the Power BI and then go to this triple dot icon, which is nothing but custom visuals. You can click on that, get more visuals. Next, right here calendar, enter. So under the all section, if you write in the calendar and press enter, you will get something called calendar by Talon. You click on add, and as soon as you click on add, you will get an icon towards the bottom of this default visuals. It's called calendar by Talon. Let me click on that. Now this is an empty visual right now. What I'll be doing here, I'll be putting in the date. So the sales date, I put that in the field of date. Next, I bring in the sales amount and I put that in the value section. Now by default it just looks like this, so you'll have to click on this option of sales date drop down and say, hey, use this as a sales date. Right, now I want to make this more compact, so I would want not 3 but in total 6 months in the same row. So I go to the format settings, I go to calendar configurations, I put in the columns 6. As I do that, you'll see 6 months in the same row. You can decide the weekday to be starting from Monday, and then you can expand the calendar and use the slicer to detect all the outliers in any given year, day by day. How about that? Next, one of my favorites is Infographic Designer. Now what is that? Just like calendar by Talon, you will have to go to get more visuals. In the all section, write Infographic Designer, but I don't need to because it's right there in front of me, so I click on add. As you click on add, you get this icon, and I'm going to bring that on my canvas of Power BI. Now the reason I love this is because you can't go wrong with that. You have so many fields just like your pivot table. And let me see how can I drag and drop various field headings to see what pattern emerges. So for example, I put in customer type in the category. Let me think of putting the year in the column by. And of course, you can change the position in the next iteration. You can put in region in the row by. And let's see if I can put the sales in the measure. Now what you notice is a multi-grid scenario of the visualization. Now why is this important? Because you can see from the data that the data has been divided into region, the customer type, the year. So at a single glance you can know that, hey, US is one of the most important markets for this data. Now of course you can change the positioning. If you think this is too much of a data, you may ignore the year. In that case, you get data only for the region by region. Or you may bring region in the column by and then put here in some other option. Let me put here in the legends. So this way you're able to detect that, hey, I have my majority of sales coming from Canada and US, And within gold category, these are the different 3 years. Within silver or platinum category for US, these are the different years in which the sales are being made. So at a single glance, you can take a look at where you need to focus more for further detailing. So this was Infographic Designer.
If you liked how we explained the logic behind the tricks, why don't you check out our entire library? Use the link in the description below.
My next favorite is matrix with heat map. How do you create that? You bring a matrix. In that, let me put in the year in the column heading, and then let me put in the month vertically, and that can be done by putting under the rows. And finally, I'm going to put in the sales amount in the values. Of course, you can go to format and put in the text of size in the search box, thereby giving you the option to increase the text size of the grid. Now, once the numbers are clearly defined on the screen, what you can do is activate something called conditional formatting. So let me go deep inside the options of format, conditional formatting. Simply activate background color and the font color, and you instantly get a heat map. So what this tells you is that, hey, January is generally the busy month, and occasionally you would have outliers like May 2018 or July 2019 and so on. Next, 1D. Now, this is nothing but a simple clustered column. I have picked up this visual that you see on my screen, and in that I have brought in gross sales and the month. Now, as you slice the data by year, you may be curious about, hey, why did January sales was at the peak 220K, but July has gone down drastically, close to 12 to 15% of the data. So you choose January, you press Control, and then you choose July. Then you right click, and you will get the option called Analyze. Explain the decrease, please. And once I do that, what it tells me is, here is the analysis of 86% decrease in gross sales amount from January to July. And you'll be getting a quick narrative saying, hey, Mountain 200 bikes, Road 250 and Mountain 300 accounted for majority of the decrease amongst the models sold, right? The relative contributions made by these models change the most. And this is not all. As you scroll down, you will see the analysis by region. You will see the analysis by the month and the model color, and this will continue. At any given point in time, you may want to click on this option of the scatter chart. So on the x-axis, it talks about gross sales amount for January. On the y-axis, it talks about gross sales amount for July. So if you try to look at the analysis for variables, you will realize that there are certain items whose sales in July are pretty low, but in terms of January, it's pretty high. So using this quadrant analysis, you can figure out, hey, which ones have had the maximum decrease.
If you liked how we explained the logic behind the tricks, why don't you check out our entire library? Use the link in the description below.
Not just that, you can singularly click any one particular bar, right click, analyze, and you will also get something called find where this distribution is different. You will get a different types of analysis. So how to read this? It says gross sales amount for clothing is on the left or the primary axis, and total gross sales, not clothing, total gross sales overall pattern is being measured on the secondary axis. Now where I see an anomaly is in the month of May of the given year. In this case, the overall gross sales pattern was pretty high compared to the rest of the year. I can see the gray heading. However, the sales for clothing was comparatively low if I look at the overall trend, and quite the opposite in the month of February. And not just that, you can click on components, you can click on accessories to look at the overall pattern of business segment. As you scroll down, you will see the patterns for other parameters such as region or customer type and so on and so forth. Now how about that? So that is why this is the series of Power BI Sherlock Holmes, where you spot trends, detect outliers, and act like a data investigator. This is part 1 of the series, and if you really love this series, fast pace, something that can help you analyze the data faster, please put in your comments and feedback in the section below, and I'd love to hear from you what else can be included. Thank you so much.